One of the things we love most about doing the show Brewed is going and visiting all the great different craft breweries in the area. But let me ask you this, how many of these craft breweries have come and visited you? Well, the answer is all of them. They come to festivals just like this, and we happen to be at one of the premier ones, Brouhaha. What we're going to do is focus on the do's and don'ts. Festival etiquette, or as we call it, Festiquette. Hashtag Festiquette. We're going to learn about what to do and how to get your beer efficiently and, more importantly, politely. What is something that people do on this side of the jockey box that drives you crazy?
I would say, what's your strongest?
The first thing they want to know is the highest ABV.
Yeah. Yes, that tends to be the one I get the most.
Does that drive you nuts because the attitude is I'm here to get hammered? Or does it drive you nuts because you clearly have the ABV written right behind you as to what everything is?
Well, this isn't always accurate to what we have, but it's definitely the just getting bombed aspect.
I would say when somebody says, just give me whatever, you're at the wrong place. We're about a specific beer. Pick something that, it's for your palate, something that you're going to enjoy rather than just us surprising you.
Ask for over pours and ask for more than what we can give you.
This is the thing. Those limits are not jokes. That's not like a fun suggestion. It's the law. Everyone's going to say, every once in a while someone's going to say, oh, you don't have to stop pouring there, just fill it up to the top.
No.
What's something that people do on this side of the table that just drives you crazy?
Oh, they don't rinse their glasses out, and they want us to give us a good beer. It's just rinse your glass out. I got water here. Oops, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it's all good. We could rinse the mic out, too, and maybe that would improve the audio.
That's right. No, rinse your glasses out, rinse them out. Well, they've got water stations everywhere. Rinse your glasses.
So the rinsing of the glasses, that's not something that it's not a snobby, stupid thing to do. There is a genuine reason to do it, and really you should do it every single time.
Yes. Now, if you have a blonde beer or a real light beer and you go to a hoppy beer or a real heavy stout, that's okay. But if you got a heavy stout in your glass and you want to try somebody's light blonde, it adversely affects the taste.
You're not having the experience that you're designed to have.
Yes, you're not getting the true flavor of what we've worked so hard to provide here.
Right, you've clearly labeled all the beers. Like, it doesn't hurt to, when you ask for a beer, ask for the beer that they tell you the beer is. Like, when you say, I'll take the ale.
Which one?
Right, it's not helpful. We need to move it along.
Usually people just want a beer. We're quick to explain what our beers are. So people will have a well-informed pour when they're leaving, and try to eliminate as many unnecessary questions as possible to move through the lines and keep it efficient yet informative.
Tell you what, anybody wants pineapple, let's go over here and talk to me. Pineapple line over here. Aloha.
So when it comes to lines, some places are going to have really long lines. Some places are going to have very short lines. There's pros and cons to both. If a place has a long line, that means it's a popular place. And the beer nerds who come to things like this, myself included, will wait in the long lines because we know what we're doing, right? If there's a long line, wait in the long line. Conversely, if there's a place that has no line whatsoever, go to that place too. Do a mix of both. Short lines means you get faster access to the beer. Try something new. If it's outside of your comfort zone, that's okay. That's why we're here. If you have a favorite style, awesome. Try something that's not from that style. Long lines are good. Short lines are good. All lines at beer festivals, short, long, they're ideal.
Variety. Check them all out. There's a lot of really good beer here.
Thank you. Thank you.
We've got to talk about this. These pretzel necklaces, who put them together?
We did last night.
So this is a project that the whole family got involved in.
Well, absolutely. You have to do it right in order to have a good time here at Brew.
And I see you're using the parachute cord, which is a little bit easier on the back of your neck than twine, yeah?
Absolutely. You can't tear up the back of your neck on a day like today, especially how hot it is.
Let's talk about the variety that you have here. Is there a pattern? Did you do any numerical things like 2 big ones, 12 little ones, or what's going on?
I did, but I'm a little on the OCD. Got to have it all organized, a little variety.
It wasn't wasted, because I noticed immediately everything seems to be very even with the pretzel neck.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's super important.
It is. I know exactly what I've got on here, where I'm at in the chain.
This is quite a necklace that you've put together. You've got your tiny twists and then a gluten-free sweet and salty mix.
I got everything you need to drink beer.
Did you put this together last night, or
Actually, I had a friend put it together. They brought it to me and we met here.
Did they make it specifically for you?
Yes, sir.
They know that you like the salty and the sweet together?
Yes, sir.
When you bring the necklaces to these festivals, do you find it helps you kind of get through it longer?
A little bit, but more of to get a good sampling of everything, so you're not complicating other beers.
That's the thing, too, about pretzels, palate cleansers. Going on, you guys, is this so that no one gets lost or left behind? Or?
That's more or less what's happening because we do a different shirt every year, and then we figure that we can find each other in the crowd.
You certainly, I mean, you picked a shade of blue that is very noticeable, so that's helpful.
Yes, we did.
Whole ocean theme of the whales and ales and everything else.
I have a friend of mine, and she's actually friends with my wife. She 3 years ago, she came and had one. And I asked her, I'm like, where did you buy that? Did you make it? And she's like, oh, we make them. And so I for $4, I now have a koozie for my Brouhaha cup. And I've been here, this is my 6th year.
Best $4 you ever spent.
Absolutely.
I don't have a problem with people at the beer festivals in general. If you're too drunk, then I have a kind of a problem, but it's not my liability that much at that point. So, like, I guess just pace yourselves, drink lots of water, eat lots of food, and, you know, that's going to make you the least annoying as you can be.
You'd rather they didn't do.
I don't think there's nothing I'd rather people not do here.
You don't have any pet peeves at all as far as people when they come and they sample?
Never been attacked so far. Nobody's like pushed us out of the way and started pouring their own beer yet. But
how about the difference in the attitudes and questions that you're asked the first hour of a festival and then the last hour?
Well, yeah, the first hour they want a little more in depth what the grain bill is, what our hop bill is, but then by the end of it, it's more so of like kind of a point and switch what they want. So yeah.
One of the ways that you spend the time is playing festival bingo.
That's what I enjoy.
So there's always the guy in the kilt when that may or may not be appropriate.
Oh yeah, you'll see him. He'll be here, I'm sure.
Is it the same guy, or just these festivals tend to attract kilted people?
You go to any beer fest, there's going to be a guy in a kilt, I promise.
We're trying to give people a list of the do's and don'ts, how to behave at these sort of things.
Don't ask me to take my shirt off.
Does that happen?
Sometimes.
Is that something that happens more in the first hour of a festival or right away?
At the end.
So if somebody asks you to take your shirt off, you know
that they're done.
When you come to a festival like this, what are your expectations? What is it that you're here to do?
I hate to tell you this, Dave, but our expectations is to have fun and to get lit.
Okay, well, I mean, you can do one of those things.
Do that too.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm
Also try different beers from the local breweries, and you know that's what it's all about.
So we've told you some of the things to do and some of the things not to do when you're at a big beer festival like this. And if you're watching this, and apparently you are, there's a chance you missed out on this year's Brouhaha. We're going to show you coming up next why you don't want to make that mistake next year. It's coming up next on Brewed.